indeed. DB, he's back. Our brother is back. DB, talk to him. Let him know who we got on the line right now. DB.
Well, like I said earlier, he's no stranger to the show. First time he came by in 2019, he was promoting his role as Mars Blackman on the Netflix series She's Gotta Have It and his previous album, The Good and the Bad. Then he was on the show last year to debut his single Stop. He's currently starring as Uznavi de la Vega in the film In the Heights, in theaters right now and streaming on HBO Max. But his new album, Love and Lies, is out today. Welcome back our friend, the actor, the rising star, Anthony Ramos.
Yes.
Hey,
what's good?
Hey,
Yo, Ed.
What's up? Good to talk to you. I hear y'all voices, man.
Word up.
Come
Facts.
on, this kid HB, yo, Anthony, man, I watch you and I want to say, was it the Blessings video? And I'm looking at him, I'm like, man, this dude, he got a video called Blessings. It's Blessings, right? Is that the name of the song?
Yeah. Blessings.
Yeah, man, and I'm listening to him sing, man. I hear an accent on his vocal, on his vernacular, and I was going to ask you, what accent was you singing in? What dialect was it?
For Blessings?
Yeah, sound like you put a little dialect, a little swang on it.
I don't know. I think it was really the music. The music was really just like inspiring how I was delivering the vocal performance, to be honest. I think it was just like, I don't know, I was just feeling that beat. And it was just all about like kind of like hitting that pocket, like, I heard you say something with your body. Like I was just trying to just catch those little like swings in the beat. And but that song is inspired by all the Afro beats music I've listened to my whole life. Mm-hmm. And I really was just like, I really wanted to write a joint like that. You know what I'm saying? And especially like my family coming from the Caribbean and, being from Puerto Rico and like bomba and plena rumba, that's such a big part of the pulse of the music, especially in the Caribbean, in the Latino countries specifically. And I think, in Afro, all of that is inspired by the music from Africa. So that's, that's the music I grew up listening to, Vibes Cartel, Elephant Man, Beat Man, all them cats. So I was like, I want this vibe. I want this vibe on this album.
Mm-hmm. I'm Afro-Latino. Like when you say Afro-Latino, I understand what that means. I know the history on it. Can you break it down for folks who may not understand why Afro-Latino might be different from any other sector? What kind of?
I think so. The music, right? In especially in the Caribbean islands, right? There was the when African slaves came to the islands, right? The Taínos, specifically in Puerto Rico, the Taínos were already being enslaved by the conquistadors from Spain. So that was already happening in PR. And then the African slaves came, Spanish brought African slaves. But the one thing that the Spanish allowed them to keep were the drums. That was the only thing they could keep. That was the difference between America and the islands, right? America, and that's why a lot of music, on the islands, they were like, all right, y'all can keep the drums. So bomba, plena, bomba, especially bomba, specifically in Loíza, which is a huge Afro-Latino community in PR. Bomba is like, and we touched on it, and She's Gotta Have It in episode 7 when we went to Puerto Rico in season 2. For anybody who wants to even get a kind of a window into that, into sort of that, Spike, thankfully, shout out to Spike. He really wanted to kind of shed light on just PR in general and the life out there, and he kind of intertwined Mars's personal story with what was going on, especially after Hurricane Maria, and we were able to shoot a scene in Loíza, and we were able to see this bomba ceremony happening, and that's like, Oshun, the goddess of water, and it's these worship like ceremonies, and this form of dance where these cats are playing the drums and they follow the person who's dancing. There's someone dancing, and the people playing the drums will follow them, and that style of music, came from Africa, plena, and I think, and that all infused when, right, in New York, those forms of music met jazz, and salsa was born. And I think, I think that so Puerto Rico and those islands, right, Dominican Republic, and Cuba, right? It's a melting pot, but the African influence is very heavy. You hear that. You hear it in reggaeton. You hear it.
You hear it.
In Cubaton is a form of music that I had to get hit to. I was in Cuba, and I asked this guy. He was playing his music in his cab, and I wrote this song on my album called Right Now that was inspired by a song I heard in a taxi in Cuba. And I was like, bro, what is this? The beat was like, ga, 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 ba. Again, the drums. And I was like, yo, what is happening? This is crazy. He said, yo, it's Cubaton. I went to this little store and bought up like 10 CDs. Because I ain't know the name of the artist or nothing. I had never even heard of the artist because, sometimes some of the artists, especially in Cuba, we don't get to hear about them here in the United States. And I just bought up like 10 CDs, and I was like, yo, forgive me if I'm going on and on about this.
No.
Like this kind of shit is what I love.
It's history.
Like,
Break it down.
And I just bought up like these CDs, and I listened, and I worked with these cats, Andres and Mauricio, who they produced Despacito, and them cats. I think they just won like Songwriter of the Year, Latin Grammys, and Producer of the Year. And these cats are amazing. And I was like, yo, we have to make a joint that feels like this. It doesn't even necessarily have to be the same, but it's gotta feel like this. And and that's how we came up with that song Right Now. But yeah, the African vibe, the pulse of Africa is all throughout those islands, and and you can feel it. You can feel it in the music you hear from Dominican Republic and in merengue, and you can feel that in that music. And the music from Cuba and PR, and even extended, right, Panama, and other countries in Latin America. So yeah, I know that's a long-winded answer.
No. Well, let me.
But I love that you even asked that.
No, there's a couple reasons why. Because people, we've been hearing that terminology for years, and I don't want to go too deep into my roots right now because this is your interview. That'll be a conversation we could have off mic. But let me tell you this, Boomba. I went to Puerto Rico maybe 2005, and Tego took me to Louisa, and we went to the beaches over there in Louisa, donkeys, all kind of stuff running around HB. It was like, donkey, hey, man, that's a donkey, right? Yeah, Sway, he lives here.
Right, yeah, the horses be out there, they just be free. They just chill,
they run in the beach like they living the life, and then people came out with percussions and drums, and they start teaching me that dance, and the drummer was following me around, and I was just so intrigued with the ties to Africa. You know what I mean? Yeah. I would imagine, first of all, congratulations on all your success, man. You've just been a rising star since,
Thank you so much.
You came on. And it's the right way. It's quality. Citizens, it's quality. Yes. You ain't got to eat everything that's put on your plate. Damn it, it's quality. Man, how are you handling this success? What else are you doing with your time, with all this success, man? How have you been handling it?
I mean, I'm in quarantine right now in Canada, so I'm in day 11, so I've really had a lot of time to kind of reflect and sit and think. I've still been, promoting the movie and the album and stuff, but I think I've been, it's been kind of bananas. But it's a blessing that you even say that. That's a blessing that you connect with the work, man, because people ask me, they're like, yo, man, like, what's one thing you would say to people if you had to give advice? I'm like, nobody needs advice from me. But if there's anything I could tell people is like, there's power in saying no to things. I'd rather be broke than me do something that doesn't mean something to me. I'd rather like figure it out as opposed to me do a job or do something, a project that doesn't say something that I'm proud of or doesn't feel right in my heart, So I think the way I balance it is continuing to ask myself the question, like, do you still care? Kind of like,
Oh shit! Damn, he laughed
Damn,
this
there
off the phone.
Oh, what?
Dude laughed so hard his line went out.
He was on his mic mute.
Anthony Ramos cracked himself up so well he cracked himself off the phone. But let's play a song from his new album.
Yes.
As we get him back, the album is out today. It's called Love and Lies. Let's play Blessings if we got that. Blessings, bless up yourself.
Bless up.
Brand new Blessings off the Love and Lies album. It's out today, citizens. Perfect for the summer. A lot of joints on there. Anthony Ramos is with us. A lot of joints on this one.
Yeah.
How it sound on the radio to you, bro?
That's slapping. That's just smacking on the radio. Oh my gosh.
Hey, man.
Oh my gosh.
With all the success you're having right now, is there a difference between music success or music fame and TV and movie fame?
Yo, that is such a good question. That is crazy. Y'all can still hear me, right?
Yeah.
Sure. Uh-huh.
Okay, yeah. I just want to make sure I didn't lose y'all, but it's interesting. Yeah, I mean, I would say yes. I think for whatever reason, like people can't. It's hard for people to for actors to be synonymous with artists, right, and vice versa, right? It's like there's like a threshold that you have to break, and it's like how you're introduced to people is how they want you to stay. Sometimes it feels. The press, I think people who listen to music or watch movies or whatever, and it's so funny. Like it'd be so interesting too. Like it'd be like even you hear something happen with this artist, and the same thing happened with an actor, but the actor got into more trouble than the artist. Like sometimes it be happening that way, and I don't be really understanding why that is. Or
that's interesting.
And like even I'll do interviews and it'd be certain stations will be like, this outlet wants to only talk about music, but this one only wants to talk about acting, and it's like, well, why can't you just embrace it all? Like, why can't we just talk about it all? Right? And sometimes I find myself like, you find yourself running up against a wall because people want you to they want you to be what they want to know you as or see you as, and so I think there is. I don't know if that completely answers your question, but I feel like as a person who loves music, like music is my first love, but I was introduced to the public as an actor, right? That's how the public met me.
Okay.
And I think that's it's interesting. It's interesting. Like now I have to, but it doesn't stop me from making the music. I don't make music till I die. Like and I know and I believe in it, and I love my records, man. But it's like I think there's this element of having to remind people that like I'm an artist, and what an artist means is I paint, I make art. It doesn't matter how I make it. That's what I do, right? I make a movie, and I make a TV show, and I write a song. I'm on tour. That's the definition of an artist, right? And I think it's like so I think it's really like that's the biggest challenge for me. The biggest challenge is not even so much as like is there a difference. It's just I think the challenge is helping people understand that it's okay when a person doesn't just do one thing. And it's and you know what I'm saying? Like and it's okay. You can be open to learning about the other things that person does. And then sometimes you learn that person probably does the thing that you didn't even know they do better than the thing you know them for.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's facts.
Yeah.
I think of Queen Latifah. That's someone who came in the game one way and then showed you that there's many ways that
Bodied it.
she can do art. I think of LL Cool J, who came in it one way, and then it got to a point like Ice Cube. People didn't even know he rapped at one point. You know what I mean? And they just kept Mahershala Ali. Mahershala Ali was from the Bay. He's part of the Hieroglyphic crew. Souls of Mischief.
Yep.
Dale the Funky Homo Sapien was able to, mash. I don't see him going back to music, but Latifah was able to. But he should, if he wants to, be able to do that. Latifah showed a lot of folks how that could be done. Anthony, I'm not gonna hog you, man, but I'm gonna let HB. You want to talk with Ant. Tracy. Y'all. Okay, HB. Go ahead, Fizzle.
Hey,
I'm
Anthony,
hogging him
up?
out.
Nah, Anthony, what's up? What's good, man? I'm just curious. I heard about the Heights, obviously, through. I'm live in New Jersey. I'm from New Jersey, but it was my hairstylist who first told me about a particular section called the Heights in New York. I knew nothing about it prior to then. And she used to just explain to me, she's like, yo, she's Dominican, and she's like, yo, you got to come up and hang out. And I was so happy to do so and embrace the culture. And my sister-in-law is Dominican, and she, again, another way that I embrace the culture. What is it that you think people, the Heights is not just for, people from your culture, but why is it important that you think other cultures go see this film and embrace, the culture in the Heights?
I used to live up there. The pulse in that neighborhood is infectious, man.
Yeah.
I lived on 159th and Broadway.
Oh,
like,
wow.
You know what I'm saying? And it was, like that neighborhood is rich. That neighborhood, the music, the vibrations, the culture, right? The spots, going just hanging out up there. Like, it's like it's a vibe. And and I loved living up there. And I think I think it's important for people to see this film because it's like, number one, we ain't not, especially not in musical theater, we never seen 75 Latinos dancing in the middle of the street, singing about pride and joy about where they come from and waving different flags from different countries. And, I got people hitting me up talking about, I saw my Brazilian flag. I saw my flag from Nicaragua. I saw my flag from this country. Like,
oh, wow.
Like that for me is why I tell people. And this movie is about Washington Heights. It's about a day in the life of these people, but it's also about life in general. And this movie actually, to me, felt like it became almost a celebration of us, like, coming out of what has probably been one of the craziest things we've ever been through, globally, ever, at least in my life. In this pandemic, and us not being able to hold each other, and us not being able to hug each other and love on each other and be with each other, and I think to see and me, my family being from Puerto Rico, for me to see this film it's a film that I wish I had as a kid, a film that I wish I had seen. I wish I saw Usnavi on the screen, I didn't have a Usnavi to look up to, and there are plenty of amazing actors that I look up to that influenced me, and I'm grateful that I got to learn from their performances and watching them. But I think to have a film like this, where that people can also be introduced to, it's even the little things like this. I remember when we were talking to our director John, I was like, you gotta get shots of the food, bro. You need to get shots of the food. People need to see how we eat, how we live. They need to see the ropa vieja. They need to see that on the stove. They got to see the mango. They got to see the queso frito on the stove frying the cheese. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, people catching that. They got to hear the music. Turn up the volume on the drums. You know what I'm saying? That vibe, that vibration. Like, people need to feel that. Especially, I think, especially in musicals, we've never had a musical in the history of musical theater that has sound like this, and felt like this and looked like this. And that's why I feel like people need to see this, because it's something that's never been done before, and I feel like it's like going to the museum, right? Going to the Louvre and seeing something like, they're like, yo, this artifact is here from this time to this time. Come see, I remember when I went to the Basquiat exhibit in Paris. I mean, it was one of the most beautiful things I've ever seen. And my favorite painting of his was this joint called Arroz con Pollo. Because I think Basquiat was he half Haitian, half Puerto Rican? And I just like, it was just so incredible to see him infuse like all the like the completeness of where his family is from in this one painting. It was just the most it was moving to me.
Yeah, his mother.
I stood. Yeah.
I'm sorry. His father was born in Haiti, and his mother was born in Brooklyn. And her parents were of Puerto Rican descent. So thank you for that.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Yeah. So and that's how I feel about our movie. It's like it felt like that Arroz con Pollo painting for me when I looked at it. When I saw this film and I saw us. We do the Cinco Carnaval del Barrio, and we're singing, Party in the Hood, and we're singing in this alleyway about pride and joy, about where we come from. Alza la bandera, raise the flag, alza la donde quiera, like raise it wherever you want. And I'm listening to these words, and I'm like, yo, I've never heard this shit in a movie. Like, my boy literally got up off his seat. He's like, yo, I'm Dominican. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. Like, he couldn't contain himself. And that's and it isn't that where you're from. I think we made this movie in the hopes that like you feel proud of wherever you're from. Just by watching this group of characters, these people persevere, and watching the day in their lives, and watching how they move through the world and how they still, no matter what they're going through, it's a blackout. There's a whatever, power's out, they ain't got whatever, they're getting, pushed out of their neighborhood, whatever, they still celebrate, they still rejoice, there's still hope, there's still love, there's joy, there's perseverance, there's togetherness, no matter what. And that was really the spirit of this film. That is the spirit of this film, and that's what I hope people feel when they watch it. And anyway, that's such a long-winded answer to your question.
Damn, you just sold the hell out of it, though, man. I'm about to
Yes,
watch
he
it
did.
tonight. Shit,
I
I'm about to watch it. Damn, I saw the play. I got to see the film.
Yeah, because, and I'm glad you did that, though, Anthony, because sometimes we see films and we think, oh, that's for, and just for lack of a better word, oh, that's for Spanish people, and this is for black people, and this is for white people. But I feel like the way you just broke it down, it is for everybody to see. It is for everybody to learn about the history and the culture. So thank you for that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, thank you. Appreciate you.
And we appreciate learning from you, Ant, because we just broke down all the areas of art, the many lanes that you occupy, but then you're also very masterful at the art of communication. that's an art in itself. Like, you are very vivid with your storytelling, so it makes it easy to receive the information. Two things that I'm wondering. One, was it heartbreaking to see some of the backlash that came through from a lot of Afro-Latinos and feeling like they were not as represented as they thought they should be on the screen?
Yeah, I mean, because again, I think we made the movie with all of everything that everything I just shared. That was what we made the movie. We made the movie with love. The movie was always about, and like, it's all of us. We're included. It's everybody. And it doesn't feel good to, especially for the Afro-Latino community or anybody in the Latino community, about a Latino, especially about Latino people, to feel like, yo, we feel left out. And I was like, and that, it hurt. It didn't feel good for sure, but I think honestly, I think it's as artists, right? Like, it's our job, right, to see how to analyze what we did, and we're like, all right, bet, you know what? If I'm gonna tell a story like this or whatever, I need to be okay. This is how I can make it better. This is how I can do it different, right? But I do want to say that, at least my job was to play this role to the best of my ability as honestly as possible, and I did. I hope I did that, right? Mm-hmm. I think as far as the movie is concerned, I hope that people know that that was not the intention. The intention was not to. And I can only speak as an actor in the show, right? I wasn't a producer. I can only speak as an actor that where my heart was when we were making this. The thing I yelled out every single day on set was, "This is for the motherfucking culture." When we were dancing in the cold water, and it was gray out, and it was raining, and it looked like the sunniest day in that 96,000 in that scene in the pool. We got this massive scene at Highbridge Pool up in Washington Heights, and it was the most. I'm talking about the coldest day of the summer. 3 days, raining, and I'm talking about the thing that kept everybody going was that we unanimously, everybody on set was like, we feel like we're doing this for something greater than all of us. So I want to know, at least from my heart, that was where my heart was at. That's Anthony Ramos. Every day I came to set, that was where my heart was at, and I truly believe that's where everyone else's heart was. When they were coming to set every day. So again, it hurt that we got backlash and but you know what, I think it's also like, it's like, all right, let's work together. Let's come together and do it different next time, right? Yeah. And then let's make more works.
More, exactly.
Like this. And then let's make them better, and let's multiply this, and let's.
Did he go out?
Oh, damn.
Oh,
man, he was floating again, man. Damn. Oh, man. Ant, you there? Anthony. Nah, he's not there, gang.
Damn, that wasn't a publicist pulling his plug, was it?
He was just getting busy, too. I'm just going to sit and look at the phone line, man. She might make it ring. I don't know,
Make
man.
it pop up. 888-742-3345. Anthony, where you at?
Where you at, dog? You got a new single?
If you'd like to make a call, please hang up and try again.
Damn. Hold up, man. Let me see. Hey, Ant.
You guys number?
In the mix.
There you go. He's back. Oh, man.
Okay.
All right, man. Come on, man. All right, man. Listen, we're not going to hold you. I know you got a lot of press, but we appreciate your honesty and your transparency and your responses to that particular question. I don't want to forget that he got a new album out called Love and Lies. That's out today. We want to say that. And then also, man, just real quick, man, I caught something over the feed. Rise of the Beast revealed as the title of new Transformers blockbuster with your picture. That's your picture right there under that, man. Yo, y'all, listen.
Let's get it.
Ask them as much as you can today, because we're not going to be able to reach them after this one. I don't know.
That's a lie. He's lying, everybody. He's lying.
Transformers, bro?
Yo, I mean, I was shocked, man. I'm not even gonna lie. When they offered me this part, and what's even more of a blessing is I get to do it with one of my homies, like, another one of Brooklyn's own, East New York, Dominique Fishback.
Yes, that's our girl.
She's the Black Messiah. Dominique is a powerhouse. She's a beast. Stephen Capel Jr., our director, who did Creed 2, he's a visionary, and I keep telling people, I'm like, yo, I ain't never seen a Transformers like this, set in Brooklyn. It's going down. Like, we the whole storyline's changing up, and I'm just so excited to flip this franchise. It's been what it's been for 6 films, and I'm excited to kind of be a part of this group of people who are revamping this thing that has been around since the 80s. But it's like it feels like a new thing now.
When it's a blockbuster like this, like when you let me try to think of an analogy. When you're an indie artist and you do deals, in terms of music, it's differently. You might sign a distribution deal and they do a quick percentage cut and that's it. But when you sign to the majors, it's a whole lot. The contracts are bigger. It's a lot more paperwork to sign, and it's a bigger commitment, but it's also a bigger payday. How does things change when it gets to blockbuster level? Have you noticed, or it's just the same routine?
Yeah, they definitely changed. You get like a full bed in your trailer.
Oh.
I walked up in there. I said, there's an office space in here? Oh shit! Like, it's crazy. Like, but like obviously you hope that you can negotiate a good deal that's financially beneficial to you. It's amazing that but what I'm also grateful for is that like these cats they're doing their best. They taking care of me, really. Like they thank God. Like I'm on I got my trainer here with me. I got my brother here with me. You know what I'm saying? Like for this job, I know. I did a sci-fi film where I was in a space movie and I had to I had to be out there in Budapest for a long. Can y'all hear me still?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they can hear me. My brother's like, yo, it dropped. My brother keeps coming out. This is the second time my brother came out. He's like, yo, it dropped. I'm like, bro, I'm on the air.
That's your big brother? Is that your big brother?
Yeah, my big brother. Yeah.
Man. Hey, dude,
Wait,
they
so
don't
Anthony, you on set now to filming?
Nah, so I'm in quarantine right now in Canada. It's the law. You come in, you got to quarantine for 14 days.
Oh.
So I'm on day 11, and I go straight into rehearsals right after this. And then we start shooting July 4th. We go back into production out here in in Canada. So it's gonna be a long shoot. Then we go to Peru after. But
this is all for
Transformers. It's gonna be great.
This is all for Transformers.
Yeah, this is all for Transformers.
That's dope.
Oh, shit,
Wow.
man, that's dope, man.
That's why his phone keeps
So I'm out here
dropping, though.
training.
Yeah.
Hey, tell your brother. I know he an older brother. I'm a younger brother, Anthony. And no matter what we do, they always try to bully us, man. Tell him you doing the interview. You got this, man.
Yo, where he at? Yo, Sway says stop trying to bully me, man. He said, nah. I get the call from corporate. They telling me the call dropped. Hold up, I'm looking out.
I love it. Family thing. It's family things going on.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah,
man.
I'm grateful to have him out here with me, though, honestly, because, these movies, we be on set for long hours, man, and you just, it could get grueling, man, and it's just nice to have a piece of home, he was with me on my last film, and that was a journey. That was really hard. I did this sci-fi movie in Budapest that I was wearing this 30-pound spacesuit, and we shooting in overnights and night shoots for almost a month, and it was cold, and it was just good to have my brother there, man. Just sometimes to just be like, bro, this shit's hard. Be like, it's all right, man. We here. We in it together. We in the mix.
Yeah. So, that's good grounding.
Yes,
Anthony
it is.
Ramos is with us. Love and Lies is the name of the album. Hey, you still with your girl?
Yeah, man. She right here. She chilling. Where she at? Somewhere. She kicking it. She came out here for a little. She out here for a couple weeks. She's kicking it. She just had a crazy run too, man. She got the show called Blind Spotting out. Blind Spotting out.
Man.
Stars, y'all go check that out.
Come on, man. I'm from Oakland.
Star that. She's the lead of that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Tell her she killing it. I'm from Oakland, so tell her she's killing it. She gets my stamp of approval. All right.
Man. Yeah, I know that'll mean a lot to her.
Absolutely, man. Love and Lies, man. That's the name of the project. I hope it's all loves and no lies in your case, Anthony. It's a brilliant project, man. Keep going. Keep making art, bro. The world needs you. They need your energy, and I love how you handle yourself.
Me too.
Continue success, brother.
Well, thank y'all, man. Thank y'all always for showing me love, man, having me on the show. Everybody go check out Love and Lives. We got a vibe for everybody on there. Thank y'all again for having me. It's so good to hear y'all voices and talk to y'all again. It's always so good.
Thank you, brother. Come on, man. We're going to play right now. How about that? All right?
Let's go.
All right, man. Sway in the morning. It's Anthony Ramos. Sway in the morning.